Hello, everybody. Here's Dominic. I hope you're doing well wherever you are in the world. For those of you who don't know me, I'm the person behind WyvernX and Legacy. And WyvernX is a smart contract protocol built on top of TitanX, utilizing Titan token in its design. For everybody who wants to learn more about WyvernX and why it's special, you can head over to wyvernx.win, and at the bottom of the page you'll find link to the white paper. Have a read. What you will not find in the white paper, however, is the information or details on how the launch phase of WyvernX is going to play out. And I left that on purpose. This is something I would like to share with you right now. But before I do that, I would start with a problem statement and how WyvernX launch is going to tackle that problem. So the problem that we currently have is that a successful DeFi launch faces significant obstacles. One of those obstacles is the current market condition, which, when it comes to cryptocurrency market, is kind of at the crossroads, right? So we're not really in the bear market, technically speaking, but we're not also in the bull market yet, right? So we're kind of hanging there in the air. We don't know what the Federal Reserve is going to do, what's their next step is going to be. And so, and by the way, if you want to understand what's happening with the macro and who's actually pulling the strings, then follow the money. And when you follow the money, you get to the Federal Reserve of the United States. It's quite interesting that the tools they have, they are quite limited, and they are not so delicate, the tools that they have, but they are quite powerful, and they affect greatly what we see in the crypto. Right. So liquidity is one of the problem, right? So the order books are thin. There are no new buyers coming in. And that's one of the obstacles. The second obstacle that these DeFi projects have is that early adopters, they don't really have an incentive, a good incentive to participate in the minting phases, whether this is auction-based minting phase or more of a TitanX style minting phase where you kind of mine the tokens, right? And this is because of the predatory trading behavior caused by bots and snipers, which are actually exploiting the launch, draining rapidly the liquidity out of the liquidity pool, killing the price before the early adopters could actually then have the option to either sell or really stake or whatever the protocol is offering. And this is a big problem, which WyvernX is trying to tackle in the following way. So WyvernX launch will have a delayed liquidity pool creation. So what that means is that at launch, there isn't going to be any price chart. Now, this is where it gets interesting, right? So what this is going to give you is that this is going to give you a head start before the price chart hits the market, before those bots jump onto the price. You will already have a bag ready, and you will have the option to make a decision whether you want to sell everything, whether you want to sell portion and stake the rest, or whether you want to stake everything, right? And by the way, before the liquidity pool gets created in WyvernX, there's going to be staking pool rewards stacking up for quite a significant portion of time. Right. So I hope this explains kind of the problem and why we're doing this the following way, that we delay the liquidity pool creation. Now, few pieces of information, like more organizational ones and technical ones. So the launch of WyvernX is going to take place on the 1st of March, 11 o'clock Central European Time, and that is 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So 11 a.m. Central European Time and 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, because there's not going to be any price chart, there is no rush. So for those of you guys in the US, take your time. You don't have to get up early. Just sleep in, and you will have the entire day to make a decision if you want to participate on the first day of the minting phase. That's the organizational part. Now, from the technical part and the smart contract part, there's also a few quite important pieces of information. So the first one is that you won't know the price of WyvernX token. So you won't be able to see this in the smart contract. And I left it out on purpose, basically to add a little bit of game theory. However, what you will know is the ballpark price of the WyvernX tokens. So in the dApp, there's going to be provided an estimated price, starting price of WyvernX, but that's not going to be the actual one, right? The actual starting price is going to be higher than the one that you're going to see in the dApp. But this is also going to then help you make your ROI calculations. So that's the first piece of information. The second one is that for 281 days, you won't be able to claim WyvernX tokens, right? And this is because otherwise, if claiming were enabled, anyone who claimed just one token of WyvernX would be able to create liquidity pool. And so we decided to prolong the creation up to 280 days for anyone who wants to participate in the minting phase and they are willing to create a WyvernX Hunter for 280 days. So these adopters will have now the option to kind of create these WyvernX Hunters for the max amount of time and not have this advantage that by the time their hunter is finished, the price is dead. Now you will have the option to delay gratification for 280 days and also reap the rewards of it. But there's no promise of profits here, right? It's not financial advice. I'm just a random guy talking about internet beans, magic internet beans. And so you have to then weigh the risks and make a decision if you want to deposit the funds and wait for 280 days. So because of this minting phase, which is going to be claiming phase, which is going to be disabled for 280 days, what's going to happen is that at the day 281, the admin of the protocol is going to enable claiming. and enable the claiming will be only possible after the liquidity pool has been created, but it's going to be created close to the time when the claiming is also activated, so that there's not too much of a window and you can take advantage of being also early. Now, there's going to be also a safety mechanism. So if there's any reason that this claiming has not been enabled by the admin of the protocol, then there is a safety mechanism that activates the claiming automatically after day 290. Now, all of those details, you don't have to remember this, because I also understand that some people won't even watch this video, and we're busy with our lives. So I will create a Gitbook page where you will have all those details and you can read in. So that was the second piece of information, and the third piece of information is that the kind of statistics for staking are also going to be frozen. So on the day 280, only then the share rate is going to start increase, so that you are not at the disadvantage, right? Because for 280 days, you won't be able to stake the WyvernX, so there shouldn't be any disadvantages of waiting for that long. And the last piece of information is that all other functionalities are going to be working in the WyvernX protocol. So, for instance, staking TitanX in TitanX protocol will be possible already at launch. So, and this is in order to build a strong position in TitanX protocol as quickly as possible, right? That's the main goal of WyvernX, is to be one of the biggest stakers of TitanX, so that we get those juicy staking rewards from TitanX in the future. And so these functionalities, they will work. So the only thing that will be disabled is claiming of WyvernX and burning of WyvernX. But anything related to TitanX will be possible. Right. And I guess that's it for now. Follow the WyvernX social media, so Telegram channel and X account will be provided also along with this video. And I hope you liked the message, and I hope I was able to get you pumped for the launch. And see you at the launch of WyvernX. Have a great day. Cheers.